then you know, I am very keen on learning more about silage, and I know when I come here every time I learn something new. So in terms of silage, what are the maybe key things that farmers look for when they're looking for a silage variety? What are they? Because they are different. If you're looking for seed for grain, for green millets, it differs from the grain that you're looking for when you're looking for silage. So you, having been in the dairy production for years, maybe you can share some insights on what farmers look for dairy seed.
Okay, so what I tend to look for is as tall a plant as possible, because that often gives us the tonnage, the volume of silage that we need. Stay green is a very useful thing. It's not something that used to be spoken of years ago, but it's something that's coming in now.
For that silage,
it extends our silage cutting window. Some plants that are bred and designed more for grain production will dry down quite quickly. So for silage, we don't want that. We would actually prefer that plant to dry down more slowly. We do sometimes find when the cutting time is ideal, maybe it's raining and we can't get in. So if that cutting window can be widened, it then helps us, because we don't want the silage to be too dry.
That's good. So what would you call a good silage yield?
A good silage yield on an irrigated crop, anywhere between 50 to 60 tons per hectare.
Okay.
On a dryland crop, it will vary a lot depending on the season, but 35 is a fair dryland crop. We do quite a lot of dryland silage here as well. So again, when I'm looking at maize varieties for the dryland, as well as the height and the stay green, I look quite hard at drought tolerance for those varieties.
Very important.
We are quite susceptible here to mid-season droughts, and as we all know, we've just come out of a tough drought anyway.
We have, yeah.
So choosing the right variety for dryland silage is quite important as well.
Between the cob, how important is the cob versus the stock, the whole stock on silage? Because our farmers out there tend to have this culture of saying when they produce their crops, then they harvest all of the cobs as green millets, they remain with the stalks, then they harvest that as silage. Is it a good practice for the farmer to be doing, or
looking for? And in a dairy operation, the more starch and energy you can get, so the more cob you can get in your silage, the less concentrate you have to buy.
Okay.
So that's one of the big reasons it's a case of grow as much as you can to reduce what you have to buy in. You know, concentrates are expensive.
They are.
So it's a bit of a false sense of security, thinking I'll get the cob and then I'll harvest I'll silage the rest of it. You're not getting the best out of it.
Wow. But I'm also one to think that I might